Content standard. The learner demonstrates understanding of how Anglo-American literature and other text types serve as means of preserving unchanging values in a changing world, also how to use the features of a full-length play, tense consistency, modals, active and passive constructions plus direct and indirect speech to enable him/her competently performs in a full-length play. Performance standard. The learner competently performs in a full-length play through applying effective verbal and non-verbal strategies and ICT resources based on the following criteria: focus, voice, delivery and dramatic conventions. Learning competency. Differentiate biases from prejudices. Learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, 100% of the student with 75% level of proficiency will be able to identify bias. 2. Differentiate bias and prejudice. 3. Explain the importance of recognizing bias and prejudice in everyday life. Valuing. Develop responsible decision-making, judgment on gender equality by being able to identify biases and prejudices in everyday life. SGD number 5. Gender equality bias. It is a tendency to lean in a certain direction, either in favor of or against one person or group, especially in a way considered to be unfair. One-sided perspective in the absence of neutral viewpoint due to experiences, preferences, or any basis. Bias means a lack of neutral perspective on a specific matter. Being biased means the given judgment is unreasonable or personal. Example, the employer preferred hiring men over women due to different benefits of women like maternity leave. This shows bias because the decision was based on employer's own preference. Prejudice. It is a preconceived opinion that is not based on actual experience or reason. It is often considered to be a negative, unfair towards a person based on that person's membership in a particular social group. Prejudice can be based on ideas like religion, gender, age, caste, and race. Prejudice is an idea or opinion that disregards basic facts. It is a baseless judgment about a certain perspective. Usually, prejudices disappear when someone becomes more knowledgeable and understand different perspectives about certain matter. Example, the employer hired men applicants and not women. This shows prejudice because it shows gender discrimination. The employer did not base his or her decision on the capability of the applicants, rather just simply looked at their gender. An important skill of critical reading is the ability to detect an author's bias and prejudice. The reason you need to be able to do this, of course, is that bias and prejudice may invalidate an author's claim. There are several ways to detect an author's possible bias and prejudice. For example, 1. The author uses inflammatory language, in the most extreme cases, racial epithets, slurs, etc. 2. The author consistently makes claims whose larger purpose is to elevate, or demean, one's social, ethnic, national, religious, or gender group as compared to another, or all others. 3. The author consciously presents evidence that serves to tell only one side of an event or issue, purposefully withholding or ignoring information that may shed the opposing view in a more positive light. 4. The author manufactures, falsifies and/or dishonestly cites evidence in order to present his or her case in a more positive light.